So the first thing that I do is I go all the way down to the comment section this time. And I see that people are pissed. I'm like, oh man, this must be a terrible update. So they're talking about the summon improvements, right? They added the Moonlight Heroes into this and, you know, pretty much all the stuff that they said that they were going to do. Now, I see people complaining about this and I was wondering, like, wow, did they really mess this up? And then I looked into the game currently and they didn't mess with the actual standard rates. They literally just added the Moonlight rates in and lowered the artifact rate. I don't know what to say. What's going on, guys? It is your boy Cash and we are looking through this thing. I do not want to, this is a, look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tabs I have open currently for this game, and its fiasco of trying to please people is nuts right now. So I'm going to briefly go over things that have already been covered in other videos, just them rehashing things, re-saying things, because that's what a smart company does when they feel like they're in trouble with the community. They keep letting you know what they're doing, so you can't be like, wait, what about that? You said you were gonna do that, and now where'd it go? So they just keep repeating themselves. So if I see anything that's repeat, I'm skipping over it. But so far, this has been point for point what they said that they were gonna change. They changed the covenants. Pretty much you can now do your free summon and now end up with a Moonlight 5 hero. It did not change the rates of the other heroes, so the same crappy rate that when you do your free pull and you're like, whatever, is the same. All they did was add in the rate of the Moonlight Heroes. Now it is technically lower. Let's keep it real. It is lower than when you're doing a normal. It is lower than doing a normal Moonlight summon. Here are the Moonlight summon rates, so it's still better if you're looking for a Moonlight hero to still do these. I don't think that they're going to be gone, because if you look at the update right here, you can still see Moonlight summons are here, and then you can see that they changed the Mystic summons, and that's a whole other story. But the Moonlight summons are still going to be there. I just think that people probably won't go after them as much, or you still can, but it's just going to be purely if you want Moonlight summons. If you want Moonlight, you could just use Covenant and not have to waste extra resources to pretty much get a chance at it. It's going to be dependent on the player. Like, now that I know that I could just get it from the Covenant summons, I might just pull from the Covenant instead and still get my chances at other nat 5s and still get a shot at the Moonlight. Or if I really want the new Moonlight character, I'll just keep doing Moonlight summons. A little bit more options to the player, but I can also see, I actually can't see why people are mad about it. But you can tell people are still messed up and pissed about the Mystic summons. As I said before, they pretty much, if you read into here, where is it? Each summon will decrease the summon counter if a player does not receive the featured 5-star Moonlight hero after 200 summons, then the following summon is 100% guaranteed to summon that hero. If the featured 5-star Moonlight hero is summoned, then the summon counter is reset. I still think that when they do these unlimited banners, even for Knights Chronicle, actually has the system that you will get a guaranteed of the character after 10 pulls. So you need 2,000 crystals in that game in order to guarantee get the character. But nothing resets if you actually get the character on your first pull, your second pull, your third pull. So it actually is very friendly for dupes if you wanted to get dupes of the game, of the character. So I would think that this game, if they were trying to really make people happy, I would think that they would do the same thing. The reason why is there really is no reason to reset the counter. The reason why I'm saying that is because people are going to get dupes randomly, or they're not going to get them. So at least if someone wanted to at least get 2 of a character, or if they wanted to keep summoning, there was a set system that will help them gain a stopping point. And yes, I'm aware that the whales can abuse it, but guys, at a certain point, we can't not make rules just because of whales. The whales ruin these games anyway. Can we just be honest for once about that? The whales fuck these games up every time. It's because of the fact that money is being spent and something gets out of control. Can we at least for once get something in the game that is good for the players that are not whales, that are spending a little money or none at all? Like, can we get to that point for once? I don't know. I just hate that every time everything is like, well, if we do this to the whales, it's like, bro, the whales are fine. They're in the good water. We're human beings. We're in the hot sun in the beach. We're burning up. We need suntan lotion. The whales are in the water. They got food supply. Everything's good for a whale. But for us, it's like, I gotta spend $1 billion of these summon things just to get one Moonlight Hero. And as you know, 200 summons of the Mystic summons, it's gonna take you a while to do. As I mentioned before in my other videos, if you're in a good guild, that's gonna speed it up. If you are, nope, that's pretty much all you get it for. And I know there are random drops in Hunt, but I'm not gonna count that. I'm talking about guaranteed ways to get Mystic medals is either you spend money or get them from guild. And if I remember correctly, they just removed the limitations on the Mystic pack. So even though you guys, I don't know, I thought that that was probably the worst thing that they probably did as far as like trying to help the players. Now you can just buy a bunch of Mystic packs infinitely, and you're gonna see people walking around with a ton of the Moonlight Hero characters. So yeah, that in the whales again are feeling pretty good. Other cool things that they added was they're changing the visual effects, which is just gonna make that summoning a little bit cooler. Hero relationships improvements. This is something for a lore geek like me. I don't know how many lore. Let me know. Hashtag lore geek in the comment section below if you're a lore geek. If you're really about this lore life and you just love it. Like, oh, look at these connections. And it really helps me when I'm trying to actually like make a story or something like that. So I'm happy about that. ML Ravi, we're definitely not doing that. That's already in a video. And thank you guys so much for the views on that. So let's go to the next part. Ooh la la, the next part is the hero balancing. Okay, let's see what they do. And before I even read any of that, look at these nice before and afters. Like, very well. This is so much better because I kind of didn't like the other one. You kind of was like a little bit wishy-washy confused. All right, as I'm reading through these all seem to be the same buffs that they already had mentioned beforehand. I'm seeing that there's one that I was misconstrued on and somebody was telling me it, but I was like, I'll just wait until they finalize this. Is that this is being changed, this S3. In the other note that they had, it did say that it was going to be a 2-turn stun, but it seems like that's not going to be true. It seemed like this is just getting a higher chance to stun in general, and that it's going to decrease the speed for 2 turns, and then it says with a 75% chance to stun. I'm assuming this is now a 1-turn stun, so that kind of makes Leo not as good in my opinion, just an AoE, but it's still an AoE stun. 75% chance to land, but is, you know, not a bigger fan of that, so Leo might still be on the bench, but it's still a good move though. 75% chance to AoE stun is pretty good. Roman is still pretty good with his changes. So a lot of people have been saying he was the king. He might now, in my opinion, now be the king, but from before, 2-turn stun for me, AoE was the best thing that you can do in life. So the other changes that they're going to be doing are still for the next season, I think, so we won't see those. So this is just them. Again, like I said, I didn't even read this page first, but I said a lot of this is going to be them re-talking about old points that they've already made to make sure that you guys are on the same page as them. And here it is, the third part, which is just other improvements and adjustments. These are just random scattered things. If you want to look through this, I'm going to scroll through it nice and slow, but a lot of this stuff I don't necessarily care about. They're like changes in the automaton tower, stuff that I feel like you'll see, but it's not like something that you're looking forward to. That's why I don't really care to like point out something unless there's something really incredible or something I saw. Like even this artifact, creation and destruction, not to trigger on a non-attack skill. Like I would never have seen any of this, so it's just like, okay, that's cool. Nothing that I could really complain about or like, thank God they changed this. So everything I'm just going through nice and slow for you guys, so you can just pause and read if you want to. This is actually somewhat important information here. The unknown slate is going to be, the period is going to be changing, so it looks like from 8/8 after the maintenance and then up until the next month, 9/8, there'll be an unknown slate, it looks like, which is a month's time. I guess that's the preseason that's going to be happening. Not exactly sure about that, don't ask me. It's written a little bit weirdly. From what I am reading, guys, it's pretty much like a free unknown slate, and then they should give us another one for season 3. That's what I'm reading, but if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. Also, this is a nice thing, the hero UI. Players will now be able to increase their hero inventory size from 250 to a maximum of 300. Plus 5 slots cost you sky stones. Why? Out of all the things, even though this isn't like the biggest cost in the world, but it's just like, out of everything that's in the game that you charge us gold for and not sky stone, why not just charge us gold for this too? I always felt weird when a game hacks you like to do that. I never do it. If you guys have watched my summon videos of any game, I never increase my inventory, my hero inventory. I don't. I'll just micromanage it. But it's just like, it's because they always want your premium currency for it. Such of an annoying thing, but in this game you gotta pay for gear, and in Loon you don't have to pay to take off your gear. You can literally swap gears for every little stupid thing that you want. Mind you that there's not as much content right now in that game, but it's, as long as they keep that up, I'm ecstatic. And I hope that this game eventually takes that same mentality. Making certain stuff cost resources is annoying instead of it being like player choice, and that's what you should be doing. Like when something's causing me Skystone, it should really be something, not so I don't be annoyed at something, but more or less something that's going to really help my account. And that's not going to help my account. This is just convenience. You're using Skystone for extra convenience. I don't like it. But again, so far so good. I haven't seen anything bad outside of the same thing that's been bad, which is the Mystic Metals summon packets that are pretty much infinite now, if I remember correctly from the other notes. That's like the only bad thing. So everything so far has been pretty good. Next up is the Galaxy Bookmarks and Mystic Metal 50% refund. This is going to be nuts. So as stated in the post in 731, players will be receiving a 50% reimbursement on Galaxy Summons and Mystic Metals due to the change in the difficulty of obtaining a Moonlight hero. So the reimbursement will technically be tomorrow, but I feel like sometimes that might just be today at a random time, but I think it's supposed to be tomorrow. Sometimes I feel like even though Wednesday is the day that they release the patches, sometimes when the day resets, like in the middle, they do a patch in the middle of the day, and then everything kind of turns over. So the reimbursement method, players will receive reimbursement via their in-game mailbox. Players should accept this mail within 14 days. That's dick shit. Just putting that out there. That should be infinite. There should be no time. The reason why is because you're giving a reimbursement. There should literally be nothing. So if someone finds this out, you know, in one random day, they play the game, they stop playing, and then someone's like, oh bro, you should go check your mailbox because you should have Galaxy Bookmarks and Mystic Metals from when you were playing. And they're like, oh, it's gone. I didn't get it in time. And I don't know, it just seemed like, again, if you're gonna be doing something, make it infinite. And they have done infinite reward. I think when they do the Mologoras, it does not have a time on it. So I don't see why on this reimbursement, you guys have to pick it up and be active in the game and know when it's happening and make sure that you get it for a certain amount of time. I don't know, just, it's a little annoying, just a little bit. This is interesting also. Players will receive a 50% reimbursement of Galaxy Bookmarks and Mystic Metals used on the dates below. August 30th, 2018. All the way up until August 2nd. Now, maybe they did mention this before, but I don't know when the game actually dropped. So I don't know how, how important this is. Is this game like a year old now? Why did they pick August 30th, 2018? I feel like I don't remember playing this game like around my birthday or after my birthday. So like, I'm just kind of curious, was this like, I don't know. I don't know when this game actually launched. But I hope that this catch net that they have here is still really good and people are going to get a decent amount back. I hope that, I wish you all good luck on your summons, guys. I'm going to be pouring everything into Moonlight Ravi. That is what I'm personally going to be going for. So good luck on what you're going for. Or if you already spent them hoping to get Fallen CC, and then you're going to get 50% of that back and then going to be putting that into Ravi. Or if you're just going to be saving it, all of it, and just going for the next character because you don't think Ravi's that great. Whatever, guys, this is just me saying good luck to you. Good luck on your summons. And this last page is absolutely a recap, so I kind of clicked it for no reason. Again, some good stuff, mostly good stuff. I can't really fault the company for trying to make people happy, or for the vocal majority of people that are upset. I can't really say anything about it, but as far as like what they are trying to do, it is cool, but there are still some glaring things that I feel like they need to change, which is the Mystic Summon thing. If they're trying to make it that people don't end up with the most broken hero. Now, is Moonlight Ravi broken? No, I don't think she is, but everyone's gonna have her that wants to spend money. That's a 100% fact. Like that, before you could spend a bunch of money on Mystic Summons and get nothing. And the fact that it's 200 is kind of nuts too, but it's 200 because money can be spent, and you have to remember that you're getting pretty much a free Mystic Summon when you go into the guild. Like, you're getting one like every other day, technically, if you're high up in the guild or if you're winning a lot of battles. I honestly wish that they just put it on, if they put it on the Covenant Summon, I think everyone would have been happy. because if you put it on the Covenant summons, when you do your free, it would have counted towards it. And then when you didn't want to summon on a specific banner, you could just work towards your Covenant summon to get your free nat 5. And then you could have even took out the Moonlight summons altogether. Just took it out completely and then have it just you summon on Covenant summons. You could keep Mystic summons in there if you want, but just summon on Covenant summons, and then eventually at the 200 summons on Covenant, you would have then got it. Because I'll tell you right now, not everyone wins their Guild War battles. Not everyone is getting a lot of medals when they win Guild War battles. But at the end of the day, I think the game is still in a good shape. And all this balancing and all this stuff has nothing to do with additional content, which sucks. That's the biggest hit, guys. If you ask me anything, all this stuff is just balancing stuff. There's no new update on another, you know, place to farm. No updates on fixing how we currently farm. No updates on the gear switching and stuff like that. So that is what I'm looking forward to. I know a lot of people deep down are looking forward to that stuff too. But we're gonna have to wait until we see that, until after this, you know, hands on, both knees on the ground, bowing, kissing the feet of some of these players stops, then we might be able to get some real work done. But anyway, remember, every day at the casino is your lucky day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.